Okay, now we're entering the Christmas period this season, and this is where the going gets tough. You know, a lot of games, I need to rotate the squad to make sure that I don't pick up too many injuries, and the chance to bottle it because they've given me all the hard fixtures around this time of the year. But I mean, we're top 4, so surely we can't drop out of it too quickly, can we? Can we? In the last episode, we beat West Brom 3-1, which fired us back into the top 4 of the Premier League. And going into the Christmas period, I was a bit confident, thinking to myself, oh, if we get a win or two here, we might have a good chance of getting into the Champions League. So it's probably a good time to announce that we lost 4 on the bounce after beating West Brom, which also included a 6-1 capitulation at home to Tottenham, where we went down to 10 men at 2-1 down, and then my team just decided not to defend for the rest of the game. But we did manage to arrest that losing streak by beating bottom of the table Brighton at home 3-0, which is now followed by the LiveCon game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, one of the other promoted sides at home. And we can also see that we drew Hull City in the FA Cup away from home, which is another disappointment, seeing as I wanted a shit team at home, perhaps. Claude Puel was sacked as Southampton manager over the Christmas period, and in unsurprising circumstances, they want Jesus to take over. I mean, the guy is about 2,000 years old, isn't he? But just like Jesus turned water into wine, maybe he can turn Southampton into a decent footballing side. Rodrigo Battaglia has also signed a new 4-year deal, which will keep him at the club until 2021. And at the start of the season, he didn't really like me too much because I wasn't playing him in his right position and I hadn't strengthened the team. And now look at him, he is now one of my key players in the side. And it's probably my weak management which has caused that, actually. I also found out that Leicester City had offered me an interview to fill the vacancy at the club after Craig Shakespeare had been sacked with the club in 16th position. But I rejected it because we all know that saving Sunderland wouldn't make any sense if I became the Leicester manager. I mean, saving Leicester doesn't make any sense either. Oh, and it seems that Jesus is popping up all over the place because now it seems that he's going to be taking over Leicester instead of me. You know what annoyed me the most about this news article, other than the fact that Fabian Delph was out for 2 weeks, you know, the most important time of the season, was the fact that they dubbed the match against Brighton as a relegation clash, even though I was in the top 4 and Brighton are bottom of the league. As I've said earlier in the episode, we have been on a losing streak, and that has seen us drop a few places, and unfortunately we have dropped out of the top 4, but we're still in contention for the top 4. But we're currently 6th in the league, and we play Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are 7th, and that was a bit surprising seeing as they were in the relegation zone when I played them earlier this season. But the league has been very surprising. I mean, you see Chelsea down there in 9th, and Man City are 10th, and Liverpool are currently 15th in the league, and they are really struggling at the moment. I think they keep losing their home games, so that's why they're so far down the league. And now we move on to the game against Wolves at home, and it's a big game because if Wolves beat us, they go above us in the league and we drop down even further. And if we win, we're still in the hunt for the top 4, even though I don't think we can get in unless we thrash Wolves. But Jordan Pickford is in goal as per usual, and Benoit Costil hasn't actually made his debut yet for us. I think it's the FA Cup game I'll be playing him in. That's if I decide to live commit. We've had a few injuries in our back line, which means Sutar and Wisdom come in for Gardosh and Brene. And Brene isn't fit enough to play, and Gardosh was only fit enough to make the bench. So, yeah, it's a bit of a different back line this week. With Fabian Delph still injured, it means that Teixeira comes in on the left side of the midfield 3 with Battaglia on the right and Polly playing in the centre in a more defensive role. But there has been a change in system, so we're going to start with 3 strikers this game, and Victor Janssen leads the line for us with Defoe and Henriquez playing alongside him. But the change in system also brings a change in the players on the bench, and Castro and Lons have been dropped to there, and I will rely on them if we're not winning and I need to change the system. And Barini is pretty much our only striker on the bench now. So Wolves are favourites for this game, despite them being below me in the league. How does that make sense? Maybe a draw would be a favourite, perhaps? Actually, I'm going to put 500 on Wolves to win. Now, Wolves are coming to defend, it looks like. They've got 2 defensive midfielders, and their wingers are playing very far back as well. And they're only playing 2 up top, so a 5-0 win is pretty much on the cards for us. Now, I'm having to rely on 2 strikers who are probably not that fit at the moment. Henriquez and Defoe are in the team. Defoe's first start of the season, I think, actually, as well. So I'm hoping he scores at least a few. Now, we haven't had much of the ball so far yet. It seems Wolves are coming to retain possession, and they're through on goal, sort of, here, and they fired it well over. I shouldn't be worried to concede to them. Really shouldn't be. We've got a free kick and out wide here, and Lonergan's come out to claim that. Brilliant. But let's hope we can keep the ball better. And Janssen's been fouled, but Henriquez has found himself in space and just shoots into the defender. Apparently it was going wide anyway, so waste of time that was. Andrea Poli finds Henriquez into Janssen, and Defoe is in on goal. Defoe fires it over, and that is why I'm going to sell him in January. I can't believe I'm paying him 80 grand a week just to fire those shots over the bar. We're playing the ball around better, but we're still not creating any chances, and I'm going to say I'm not happy. Yeah, let's see if that fires them up. I'm not happy with your playmaking efforts. I mean, I don't know why I'm having to go at the midfield, because the strikers are the one with the problems. Oviedo! 1-0! We've taken the lead, and what a free kick from Brian Oviedo. The man has brought himself back into the team. He's forced his way back in. I mean, I signed Santiago Garcia to replace him, but Oviedo, you know, played so well. He's back into the side, and what a free kick that is. And we lead against Wolves, and we're playing a lot better this half. And we deserve it, but another 3 goals and we can go above Watford in the league. Well, we get the ball forward again, and this is where the 3 up front is very useful. And Janssen is in, plays it to Defoe, it's 2-0! There we go! Jermaine Defoe scores once again this season, only for the 2nd time this season. I mean, I don't know why I've said it like that now. But Janssen lays it off to Defoe, and Defoe fires it into the opposite corner. What a strike from the former England international. He stopped playing for England when I took over at Sunderland. And Wolves have Wolves have scored. I mean, yeah, brilliant. So we've had 3 highlights in a row, and they've all resulted in goals. And Crawford is in, and Castaños, oh my god, what the... Well, it's 2-2.
Oh my, my, my.
Let's get Henriquez off. Jermaine Defoe's up front by himself. Let's get Janssen off. And bring on Castro and Lons. I mean, these two better get me out of this sticky situation. We've somehow bottled another 2-0 lead at home. Battaglia places it to Defoe. Defoe places it to Lons. He's forced wide, but Castro is in the box. Castro! 3-2! What a game this is! Chori Castro gives us the lead again. Oh my word. I don't know what's going on here. We somehow bottled a 2-0 lead, and we've returned into the lead, and the 2 players I've sent on have basically scored the goal. Lons with the assist and Castro with the goal. Oh man, talk about an inspired substitution. The time is running out for Wolves, and we could be on for a huge win if we can hold out here, but Kone clears it, and the author heads it back in, and Cavallero into Price. And House, oh, it's 3-3, okay.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to, like, the male fantasy.
Well, we've drawn that home to Wolves 3-3. Thank you very much. Fuck this game.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?